Hey guys, I'm having a better day than normal, so I wanted to hop on here and tell you though what is at the top of my mind and been driving me crazy because I believe it deserves a lot of awareness to it. And that is coming to the realization that I have not dealt with the trauma of my addiction. I feel like, traumas get you started on drugs, and then you get, if you're on it as long as I have, I was on it for 16 years, I'm 3 years sober, you gain a crap ton of traumas during that period of time, especially if you decide to take it as far as I did, such as like living a year on the street. And I mean, I'm not gonna take it as far as like I really could because it's just unnecessary, but I didn't care. There was no, unfortunately, my kids weren't even at that point in time, unfortunately, enough to want to save myself. I think when I relapsed, I'll never forget when my first question when I woke up was, "Where's my dope?" I'll never forget that. It was that bad, and I'm starting to realize that I have all these traumas from that time that I can't deal with, and I haven't even brought up to myself to allow myself to deal with. And everybody has like a different stage of this, some people are like, I'm good, I haven't been on it long, or I didn't really gain a lot of trauma or good or bad or anything from it. And then there's people that are like, it ruined my entire life. And I'm like really close to it came very close to ruining my entire life. I'm finally grasping that it did it, and I'm still here and everything's okay and I can build again. But certainly at the end of everything, when I was like at my bottom, I found my bottom. I dug long enough. It felt that way. And it's one of those things for me personally that I thought getting sober was you withdraw, you go through a terrible illness. Mine was like hallucinations, not thinking I'm going to come back to reality. It was pretty bad. And you think that's going to be the worst part of it all. And then you realize after that, like they said in rehab, I just never listened. They used to say this all the time, like, the work begins when you walk out the door. And I'd be like, the work begins when you walk out the door. But then I never could understand it till now, almost however long later. I'm like, oh my God, I get it. So I'm just finally realizing that there's more to this than my narcissistic relationship. There's more to this than my mental health. There's like so many different layers to me that I am slowly unlayering and being like, wow, there's a lot to deal with under there. And I'm trying to instead of just shutting it and running, going, okay, let's compartmentalize this and find a way to deal with it as much as possible and move forward so I can be healthy, my kids can be healthy. I'm growing. I'm so proud of that. And it just shows me anyone can do it if I can do it. And I wanted to get on here today for anyone who is doubting themselves to not. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.